What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Before we get into today's episode, make sure you go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too to get your weeks full of good luck. And today, I've got a new co-host, the better half of the Palafox Miranda family. Pablo's over there behind the cameras looking at me. But it's Karen. What's up, Karen?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Great. So, a little secret. We've been warmed up for 20 minutes.
We've been talking for the past 20 minutes because I forgot to hit play on the Audacity website or software. I'm a little upset with myself.
It's all right. Okay. Like, we're gonna bang it out. So, what were you asking me?
Okay. So, we were talking about parents giving you parenting advice. Oh, no. You were saying unsolicited advice for how to, like, respond to it.
Yeah, you were saying, like, whenever your parents give you advice, instead of, like, being mad about it, tell them, do you think you did
Hold on. Let's back up the track. This is what we were talking about. So, I was away for 3 weeks because my child was not sleeping. And I thought something was wrong with me because my child was, like, sleeping at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and I was losing my fucking goddamn mind. I was losing my mind, and I don't know if you've heard, but, like, when you go to sleep, like, past midnight is different than when you sleep at, like, 9 o'clock. Like, just the hours feel different. So I was, like, super run down. So I had to go home, and my mom was like, just come. We'll figure out her nighttime routine. We'll figure out why she's not sleeping so late. And then that way, when you go back, hopefully she's a better sleeper. And I was like, bet, Mom. So I went for 3 weeks. And we did nail down her bedtime routine. Like, she gets a bath by, like, no later than 8:30. And she does not forgive you. Like, not 1 minute more, not 1 minute less. Like, 8:30 max because she will be bawling her eyes out the whole time. So then we were, figuring out her nighttime routine. Now she's sleeping better, thank God. But last night was not good. She struggled. So she was doing good over there, and she was sleeping before midnight. But I don't know what was in the water or what I ate last night, but she freaking was sleeping. She was waking up every hour for the first 4 hours. And, like, every time we were falling asleep, she'd be like, nah. Like, that's the worst, when you climb into bed and you're like, like, time to freaking go to bed. We were, like, cuddling. We were all about to fall asleep. And it happened to us 4 times where we would be doing that. And, like, we were basically already asleep, and she would wake up. So they had trust issues. I literally was like, couldn't even, like, really fall asleep because I'm like, she's going to cry any
You're,
minute
like,
now.
paranoid. You're like, is she going to wake up? And then you're just stuck all night just, like, going like this.
Yeah, so I didn't even feel, like, that well rested because we were just, like, struggling up. And then by the time, like, she, like, went to sleep, I had to get up to pump. It's, like, a whole thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I really enjoyed my time there. I really liked seeing family. I saw my friend Rocio. I saw my friend Wendy. They both had babies around the similar time as I did. So they're all, like, really close to Vale's age. So it's really cool to see, like, because Rocio's baby's a little bit older, like maybe almost a month older than Vale. But it's cool to see what Vale will look like in a month. And her baby is, like, pretty big. Like, I cannot believe how much 1 month makes such a big difference in a baby's, like, first year of life.
Well, you were gone for 3 weeks, and we hadn't seen Vale for 3 weeks. And we saw her yesterday, and I was like, holy cow. Like, she's, like, almost twice her size from the last time we saw her.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I feel like, because when you guys put her in her bassinet, I was looking at her size. I'm like, I remember when, like, she just fit, like, the small part in the middle.
Yeah.
And, like, was moved, and she could, like, turn twice to hit the end, but now she, like, just goes like that and hits the end.
Yeah, her, like, wingspan is, like, almost, like, from bassinet, like, one side to the other, which is so crazy. Bringing her back made me realize how much she had grown. Like, seeing her in her, like, freaking bassinet and seeing her in the little bouncer, like, it just put everything in perspective, and I can't believe how much she's grown. And let me tell you, like, from 3 to 4 months, like, they grow so much. Like, her baby just looked, like, way sturdier than Vale does. And then my friend Wendy's baby, he's, like, 1 week younger than Vale, and, like, they're so cute, like, but the temperament is completely different. I was, like, literally carrying him, and, like, he, like, fell asleep, like, just, like, as we were chatting, and I'm like, Vale girl does not fuck with that. She needs to be rocked and, like, caressed to sleep, or else she will fall asleep.
That's funny.
And he, like, fell asleep in my lap, and I just laid him on the couch like a true Mexican baby and just, like, passed out. And I'm like, that is not my kid.
Yeah.
She's very, like, we call it chismosa. Like, she loves to be up in everybody's business. If someone's talking, she's like, wait, what? Like,
He's like,
what are we chatting about? Like, I need to be part of the commotion.
Do you think she couldn't sleep last night because she was so used to all the noise at your parents' house?
I don't know. I literally don't know what happened, but like the first night she slept like 12 hours. So we're like, oh my gosh, she missed her house. She missed being here. Like, it's going to be great. Also, like before we had left, she was doing like 6, 7, 8 hour stretches. And then like the month before we left, like her sleep was so bad, like sleeping late and also not sleeping as long. And then the whole time that we were there, she was not having like her max stretch would be like 4 hours.
Dang.
Which when you go from having like at least a 6 hour stretch of sleep to only going like every 3 to 4 hours, it's so hard on you. It's almost like I wish she just never even showed us that she could do that. Because then like she does, because then she starts like waking up and I'm just like we're upset, like we're like what, like why are you waking up, like we know you can do it. But I think it's due to the sleep regression, like the 3 to 4 month sleep regression. Like it's something that you hear around the parenthood community. Everybody always like dreads it because it depends on your baby, but like they're learning how to have adult sleep. So some babies literally, like they get the hang of it at like 2-3 weeks, and other babies it takes a few months for them to be able to like learn like, hey, like once your sleep cycle ends, like you can go back to sleep, like put yourself back to sleep. Other babies like they want to be rocked back to sleep because they just don't have the ability to do it by themselves. And that's Valley Girl. She wakes up from her sleep cycle and she wants to be like rocked and like soothed back to sleep, like. No passy, no. She yanks her passy out of her mouth. She's like, and she like throws it, and then she's like, nope, like I need to be rocked.
She's starting to grab things too, right?
Yeah, she's getting so big, which I'm so happy that she's getting bigger, getting all these milestones, and we're getting like further away from the newborn stage, because the newborn stage literally tested my patience and like just my being so hard. Like I cannot believe we saw a video on TikTok and it was like having a high needs baby, and
I think Pablo shared that.
Literally us, like down to how you hold her. You cannot hold her a way she doesn't like because she will throw hands. Like she's such a high needs baby. I cannot believe it.
When we were over at my parents and we were all trying to carry her to calm her down, my mom was carrying her and Gabby's like, no, try it this way. Like Karen usually carries her this way. My mom was like, okay, let me try it. And then she tried it and Violet like calmed down for a bit and then she started crying and Gabby's like, just hand her over to me.
Yeah, she has more practice with Violet, but she's very, very particular about like everything, how you feed her. Like my mom had to study like my positions as well because like I didn't know that, but she told me, she's like, yeah, I've been studying how you hold her and how you like just swing her around because like obviously she knows your hands best and she like is used to how you hold her. So yeah, everybody is I guess studying how I carry her because she's very picky about just everything. So yeah, it was weird to be back in my childhood home and bringing home a baby. Like I would like look at my mom in the kitchen and like I had Violet in my lap and I'm like, I literally cannot believe like I brought it like my baby here. Like it's so strange because I literally was like in like middle school when I started living there and like sleeping in my childhood bed in my childhood home. Like it's so strange.
So you never imagined yourself, you probably imagined yourself having a kid, but you never imagined yourself being back at your house like with a kid. Like now it's happening, but like it's I bet it is pretty weird. I can't relate because we don't have a kid yet.
Yeah.
But I know when we do, a lot of things are gonna change and it's gonna be really weird.
Yeah, your relationships with your parents, I feel like every big milestone that you take, like us dating, us getting married, us having a child, like every single time there's like I can feel this shift in the relationships with my parents that is just so different. Like them becoming like learning how to become grandparents and like they want to almost like raise like my mom jokes and she's like, oh, like give her to me, and I'm just like, I feel like she's like low-key serious and I'm just like just because they want to feel that nostalgia of like raising a child. But also my mom's like, dang, it's like not the same. Like I used to have all this energy. And she's like, I realized how much I've gotten older with having a grandkid. Because the first night that she came to pick us up to take us to Lafayette, she was so wiped out. My dad has sleeping issues. He has like insomnia a little bit. And he was wiped out. My mom said they estaba roncando.
Oh, shit.
And my dad never like just like knocks out and snores.
He was tired.
Vale literally tired both of them out. Dang. And then she was like, yeah, I don't know. Like babies, I don't don't think are for me anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're always constantly like wanting to give you small. Also, like being Mexican, they also believe in a lot of like myths. Like they wanted to give her teas, and like I learned from school that babies can't have water
Yeah, you told
until
me
they're
that.
1 year because their kidneys aren't developed enough yet to be able to, like, a lot of kids can die from having water. And then they were trying to give them the manzanilla because like they think that she's super colicky, they think that she's in pain, but I'm like, no, that's just Vale. Like she's just really like just really needy, very vocal, but they want to like put something in her to like shut her up. I'm like, I promise you nothing that you put in her is gonna make her shut up.
Yeah, like she might be crying, but that doesn't mean she's in pain.
It's her temperament.
That's just her. She's just
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah, so they were trying to give her all these teas, and apparently, like in Mexico, they were prescribed these teas. But then Pablo started researching and seeing that, like, yes, they're very handy, but they shouldn't have it till like 6 months, and she's only like 3 months. So then Pablo's like, yeah, you're not gonna give my kid this stuff, and
Yeah.
like my mom was kind of like, ugh, like, are you serious? Like, why? Like, because I'm like, we survived. But I'm just like, it only takes that one kid to fucking die.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always the like, oh, I did it to my kid, so why can't you do it to yours? It's
yeah.
Like, yes, but what did you just say? Like, my kid? Is that, yeah, this is my kid. So, like, I
Yeah.
knew you had things that you did for me when I grew up, but, like, it's different because I'm sure they're trying to adjust to being grandparents and, like, refraining from giving you like hard advice about like what to do and realizing that like you're gonna do what you can do for your kid.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to almost take a back seat because they always want to like tell you something. And that's what I was saying previously, like before that I saw this TikTok, and it was like I think it's really helpful like advice if you have like unsolicited advice that you necessarily don't want to take from like your parents. It's like you ask your parents like, do you think you did a good job raising me? Most of the time they'll say yes. Then say like, trust that since you raised me so well, that you gave me the skills to be able to raise my own child very well. Like just watch how good you raised me.
That's a good one.
And I'm just like, that's nice. I
That's a
haven't pulled it out of my
good
back
one.
pocket yet, but it's there.
It'll come out, maybe.
Yeah, because I feel like my mom is really good about just like letting me, like, she'll be like, don't you want to do this? And I'm like, no. Or I'll be like, yeah, depending. But my dad, it has a harder time like kind of biting his tongue and like letting me do me because I was just not a very adventurous kid. And I feel like that's my mom's downfall because I was constantly sick. My mom and my dad spent a lot of money in Mexico like taking me to the doctor because my mom like overbundled me up. She did not let me like play in the dirt. Like she did not. I didn't even go sledding until like 2 years ago.
They're trying to shield you from too much.
Yeah, and that's like the thing I want to avoid. Like I want Vale to like lick a few pools, like a few rocks, like get some bacteria in her.
Just not cold pools. I've done that before. I don't
Yeah,
recommend.
no cold pools. But I want her to be able to just like experience life. And so far she's doing so good. Like my mom, like even her car seat wants to put on a hat and all these things. And like the car seat I think I read runs like a few degrees warmer than like the outside because she's shielded in.
Yeah.
And normally she's like all sweaty and stuff. Like she does not need a hat in her car seat. Like she's fine.
Yeah.
But like, you know how Mexican parents are, they're like constantly wanting to overbundle your children. And I'm like, she's sweaty. She's a sweaty gal. She does not want to be overbundled
It's
up.
so weird how many myths like Mexican parents have because like growing up, I know like as a kid seeing my uncles have kids and like babies, they always like literally so bundled up, and when they showed up to the house, it's just like a baby full of like 10 blankets or something.
Yeah.
And then they'd unbundle them up on the couch, and then like the baby's probably like sweating.
Yeah, they'll like overheat. Like they're already, most of them I feel like run pretty warm. Like they don't like, I think it's recommended to have like an extra layer like over them than what you're wearing. But like, let's say if I'm wearing like a baby carrier, like already counts as a layer. Socks count as a layer. Like hats count as a layer. Like they're gonna be like 3 layers in, like super warm. Like they don't need like all these things.
And I feel like Vale in general is already like runs like a pretty hot baby. Like
Yeah.
she's got a pretty high like body temperature.
Yeah, she thrives in just her diaper. Like she loves being naked.
That's funny.
Yeah, so Lafayette was good. Earlier this last month, we were debating on moving back. we were all debating on moving back.
So with the 3 weeks that you were there, has that changed?
Yes, it was nice being home and being around my family, but I really love the life that we've created now. Like, we have, like, you know, what you, Alma, and
Valpita.
Valpita, like, we've built a really great community. Like, we don't see each other as much as we wish we did because we have very busy lives. Well, you guys do. I'm just at home. But going back almost feels like I become a child again, and I feel like it kind of hinders like my growth a little bit. Like if we had to move back, like I feel like we do it. It's okay. But I like how much growth and independence like we have like here.
Yeah, I feel that because being here kind of makes me want to like, I mean, obviously I have to do my own thing, but like it makes me want to like do more and improve more. And for some reason, like every time I'm in Lafayette, I always have that sense of like my parents are here, they could always help out. Which
Yeah, like
is,
that shift.
which is nice, but like I feel like that kind of stunts growth for some people, specifically for me, I think, because I like in a way just kind of want to be like thrown like into the wolves and trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I did gain a little sense of like mini freedom. Like I was able to like go out with my brother and like, like have some coffee, which is something that I don't do very often here just because Pablo is so busy. So I'm more of a stay-home parent role right now, which is fine. But I don't know. I also know looking back at it, although she's such a handful, like I will be very grateful that she's mostly in our care. Because when around family, it's very easy just to be like, here, watch her for me. Here, watch her for me. Here, watch her for me. And before you know it, like your baby has been with everybody else besides you, like most of the day.
Yeah, or like even like not even you asking, they're just like, I can take care of her.
Yeah.
Because there's a moment when we were in Lafayette, one of our uncles showed up. He kind of just like, oh baby, let me take care of her. I'm just like, I mean, like he's an uncle, but like it's weird. And it's nice to just have like your own personal space and like have that ability to like raise your kid rather than knowing that you can rely on other people. That sounds very weird, but like it develops a sense of independency with you and your spouse.
Also, like I don't know like about other people, but Pablo and I have worked really hard to make our home a sanctuary. Like we can say whatever we want, like we act however we want, or literally like like in our house, like just being freaking dummies, and it's like fine. But over there, like the role I have in my family is very much so the oldest, like in charge. Everybody kind of looks at me for direction in a sense.
Yeah, you can't do that other shit.
It's so exhausting. It's so exhausting, especially because my parents don't speak any English. They like almost default back to like the previous role I had, to where if anything goes wrong, it's on my plate.
Damn.
Like my dad got a new phone, and like who had to set up the new phone, who had to make sure all his apps. He's like, oh, what's the password to my Facebook? I'm like, I don't know. You created your Facebook. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, that all falls on me. Oh, my parents need eye doctor appointments. That's on me. Oh, my parents need to call, I don't know, the freaking dentist. Oh, that's on me. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And it's really easy because that's the role I used to have. So it's like, here, like you've done it before. Like here, you can do it. But like when I'm here, my parents are like, she's probably busy. Like, it's only like the big emergency things that like they'll be like, hey, like call me here because I need help doing X, Y, and Z.
It's like, okay, cool, like I can do that. Like it's something big, but not like every single thing to help them with.
Yeah. Also, they become more independent like themselves when I'm just not around. So, although Lafayette is cheaper, like going out to eat there, crazy cheap. I don't know if you ever gone out to eat there, but
It's been a minute.
Breakfast is so cheap. Like I'm so surprised. Here in Fishers, everything is like way more expensive. Like the living, the housing,
Where did you go?
So I used to work at the
Country Club?
At the country club, and the old general manager opened up a location over by the DMV. Okay. It's called Northside Cafe.
Oh,
they're
Gabby and
delicious.
Gabby and I went there. Well, not to try, but like to have a meeting with one of them because they were catering our wedding.
Yes, their food is very reminiscent to my country club days because the tea. They have the cook, like the chef and the sous chef that used to work at the country club. So like their food is very reminiscent to like, and plus they have their own little like touch to it. So I really, really loved going back and seeing Paul and Brianna. I'm really happy they have their own business because like it's so fun to see them. Also, Vale got a tour of. We went to go eat there. She got a tour of the restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah, because Paul and Brianna really love kids, so they were like, she woke up while we were eating, so she was like being carried around, just like having a great old time.
Nice. So what did you end up getting there, and how much was it?
I got like a steak burrito, and it was like $13, which like a steak burrito, like if you were go to mornings here, that's like 15, 16, $17.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, and then like we've gotten other stuff there. Like the coffee, I think it's like $3 for like a medium. Like it's very reasonable. Well, I think.
I mean, that is pretty reasonable because places here, I know Gabby and I have gone to mornings or like Lincoln Square, or what's that other place? No, I think it's Lincoln Square, and like we get like a skillet, and like usually I think in Lafayette we've gone a couple times or at least once, and the time we got a skillet was like maybe $10-12. Over here, like depending on which one you get, obviously, but like the most expensive skillet you can get over here is like almost $20, and I'm like, holy cow.
If you have steak, it's game over. Like it's like so super expensive, but that's although the price of things is rising everywhere, like I feel like Lafayette is kind of like trailing behind, so it's good to go because over there we can go out to eat for like $30. Here we go out to eat $50.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about that, when Gabby and I went out for her birthday, we went to Longhorn because we had a gift card, and it was a $50 gift card. Girl, usually when we go and like, because we go on special occasions, and usually when we go, we spend a max of like maybe $65-$70, and we like get a starter, we get margaritas, our steaks, we always get steaks. Yeah, we get the whole thing because like, I mean, we only might pay like $10 of it because we have a $50 gift card. But last time we went for Gabby's birthday, we got like all of our same things. It was like almost $100. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We used our $50 gift card, and when the check came back, I'm like, how much more is it gonna be? And she's like, $40. And I'm like, wait, what?
That's so crazy. I cannot believe the world that we live in is the rise of everything is even just grocery shopping. Like it's crazy.
I saw a video of a lady that went grocery shopping with $100, and she's like, "This is what I got for $100," and she got like 5 things.
Yeah, you have to be very strategic of how you like shop, because if not, you will blow. Like literally, Oreos. What are they? Like we can't get those anymore. Like chocolate chip cookies, no thank you.
I don't even look at them anymore, so I don't know how much they are.
Yeah, no, I was shocked to see how much they cost. I can't remember. I can't tell you now, but I was like, for processed sugar, like, it's okay. Yeah. I'll stick to my freaking banana. Yeah. Speaking of bananas, they're like double the price.
Or eggs.
Oh my gosh, eggs. Don't get me started on eggs. Like, that's so crazy. I really want a farm. Like, my ultimate goal is to work really hard as a dentist for, like, quite a few years to, like, make enough money that I can have. I just want freedom. Like, I want a plot of land. I want to be basically a pilgrim with no electricity. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm running water.
I'm never going over.
No, I just want like chickens. I want like a cow. I don't know about pigs.
They're like have your own meat, have your own eggs.
Yeah, I want a homestead. Like that's ultimately the goal, and just have that like freedom.
Mm-hmm. That's nice because one of Gabby's aunts does that, Amelia, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, Amelia, if you're listening to this, but I think like they either sell their eggs or sell their like cow meat or whatever animal meat that they have.
Yeah, I think it's a cow.
Yeah, so like they sell all that, and I'm like, one cow like lasts, if you freeze all the meat, it lasts like I think a couple years or like
yeah, at least a good year.
Yeah.
If one day when I have a home, well, like a house, I really want to buy like a half a cow or like a quarter of a cow and like a quarter of a pig and like chickens, and just have like a deep freezer with all that meat.
Oh yeah.
But right now, like, we do not have no space in our apartment for that. But one day, I will be doing.
Because all that in total would be probably a couple grand.
Because also you can buy like a cow like at a butcher and then just like split it amongst friends because it's just so much meat, and then like you guys all share the cost of like a cow.
Yeah.
Love that.
But kind of segueing into our other thing that we wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I've already talked about one of them, and they're embarrassing stories. There's an episode on it. I think it's like episode 10 or 12 or something where I talked about shitting myself.
Okay.
So I'll save that if you guys want to go watch it. I won't say that one today. But do you want to go ahead and start off with one of yours?
No, you start. You start and then I go.
Okay, because mine, the only one that I have that's super embarrassing is that one. So like the other ones are like just super small, like embarrassing moments that have happened to me. Like
Okay.
something relatable that I'm pretty sure you have probably done. Like you're at the store with your parents, you're coming back into your car, you open the car and sit down, and it's not like there's other people in there. That's happened to me 3 times as a kid. And because we've had different vans growing up.
Yeah.
And there was this one time we were at Walmart, and I was all happy because I think I had gotten a game or something. So I was super happy to get back into the van. And I like ran to the van, opened the sliding door, didn't even realize there was people inside, and just sat in there. And then I looked over, and there was a little girl there. She's like, and I like closed the door and everything, and I was just waiting to leave. And then like I don't think there was a driver there, but there was a passenger, a little girl, and then another little girl in the back. And I'm like, oh, and then I opened the door and just left.
Like, good thing you were a child, or else they'd probably call the cops on you. Like,
Yeah.
if like a grown man just like.
If I did that now, that would not have gone well.
Oh my gosh, I've pulled on doors, but I've never actually gotten in a vehicle thinking it's mine.
Me actually getting in the vehicle, it's happened 3 times, but me like almost like pulling the door open, it's happened many times.
Oh
and
my
like looking
gosh.
inside and realizing it's not the car and there's actually people in there, I'm like, that's the wrong car.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is about me. I attract embarrassment. Like, I truly do. I don't know why. I think because I got my dad's personality, like, super, like, careless, always in my head, just like, woo. And before I know it, I'm in a sick situation. But specifically, like, this weekend, I don't think I told you because we haven't caught up. Dude, we went to Sam's Club. And I don't know if you know about the Sam's Club app, but, like, you can, like, scan and go. So, basically, you can scan all your items as you're shopping, and then you can just, like, pay on your card that's reserved, and then you can just, like, dip. You just show them, like, this
The,
QR
like,
code.
receipt or something.
No, the QR code, and then they scan it, and then you, like, dip.
Oh, that's dope.
So, Jamie was buying a new blender for my mom. And we go to, and I'm like, hey, like, try on this new feature because the line was, like, long. And I was like, we got to get out of here. I got to go take care of my kid. So then we were, like, getting out into, like, with the person that's, like, at the end checking your receipt. And I was like, oh, like, give her the QR code. And then I'm like, oh, also give her, like, she has to scan, like, the actual item, like, so we can go. And then Jamie's like, oh, like, she blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what he said. And then I looked at the name tag on the person's, like, vest, and it was, like, Carter. I was like, oh, that's such a cool, like, I really like names that are, like, boy and girl names, like, Carter. And then she looks me right in the face. She's like, I'm a he. And I'm like, oh. Jamie's like, shit. And I literally I think I said sorry, but I'm not really sure. I just did.
You're probably too embarrassed. You're like, I'm going.
I just did. I was like, but like, looking at the person more in detail, I'm like, you're clearly like a boy, but he had like long hair and like more like soft features. So I literally called her a she, literally like 4 or 5 times.
Oh,
and
man.
this poor guy was like, got the balls to be like, I'm a he. And I'm like,
that's embarrassing.
I'm like, why do I attract these situations? Also, I really hope I said sorry, but I do not remember if I did.
Carter, if you're watching this, she's sorry.
I'm so sorry, Carter. I will pay more attention to. Honestly, this is why nowadays I try not to even use pronouns. I'm like, what's up?
There's been a couple times where I was at Chick-fil-A in the drive-thru, like running out their foods. This is going to be super offensive, but I couldn't tell if they were a he or a she or a they or a them. And I was like, here's your food. And they're like, what's the name on there? And I think it was like a very gender neutral name.
Right.
So I just like told them their name. They looked at me like, because they kind of realized the suspicion I had in my face, but I was trying not to make it so obvious. And I was just like, yeah, like, have a great day.
Bye.
But I felt so bad because I'm like, oh, like, I don't want to like look down and check if they like have like breasts or anything.
Yeah.
It's just an awkward situation.
Yeah. Jamie and I were like,
Yeah.
we were walking out. That's just great.
Was it just you and Jamie there?
Yeah, it was just me and Jamie.
Imagine if your mom was there. What do you think she would have done?
Well, she doesn't know. Like, she doesn't speak English, so she would know after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
She just seen us like fucking running, and she
She's
would
like,
be
oh,
like,
we're running. Let's
why
go.
are we running?
That's funny.
You got any more stories?
I had one in the back of my mind, but I forgot while I was telling you the whole Chick-fil-A thing.
Okay, I can tell you another embarrassing story.
Okay.
All right. So this happened on my birthday, like the year I met Andy. So I think it was like COVID year, maybe 2020 or 2021. I'm not really sure. But I had just got out of the gym, and next to the gym was a Fresh Time. And I was like, bet, I'm going to go to Fresh Time real quick, pick up a few things before I go home. I was walking in, and then there's like these two guys, and they're like, excuse me, miss, like, excuse me, did you drop that? And then I look on the ground, $100. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no, I didn't, but like, I'll take it to customer service and give it back to them.
It's a morality test.
Yeah. And then they were like, okay. So I picked it up and I was like, suck us. I was like, finding his keepers.
Shit, you're like,
so
I'm $100 richer.
I was in the store. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. Like, what am I going to buy with these $100? I was literally making so many plans on like what I was going to buy. I leave, and it's literally my birthday. So I'm like, dude, my lucky stars, it's my birthday. I have an extra $100. Like, I'm so excited. So then I go, and at this time, like, I went and I texted Andy. I sent him a picture. I'm like, dude, birthday luck, $100. I'm so excited. And then he was like, he texted me back, and I was like driving. He's like, are you sure that's real? And I'm just like, duh, like, look at it. And then I was driving, and I like put it up to the sun, and I was like, dude, I can see through it. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's real. And he's like, no, like, I'm pretty sure that's fake. And I said, Andy, it's real. Like, I'm like looking at it. And I come home, and I'm like, dude, to Sanj, I was like, he's down at my parade. Like, this is definitely real. We're both looking at it. We're like, yeah, like why is he thinking that it's fake? And then I'm just sitting here, and then he's like, I'm like, I was gonna go spend it, but I'm like, let me just hang tight, because I was gonna go to the bank. I was gonna go to the bank and be like,
is this real or
yeah,
not?
my money is real. And then Andy sent me a screenshot of like it like zoomed up closer, and it was like for props, like blah blah blah, like
goodness.
black around the thing. And I literally I was just blind with excitement, but I did not see those letters until he literally cropped it out and highlighted it or like circled it, that it was like, but it looks so real. And I'm like, dude, he saved my ass, because I could have gotten arrested, because, you know, I think that's like a federal crime,
if
right?
you like use fake money or try and use fake money.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
But dude, I cannot believe my little eyes literally did not see that, like, around the freaking like figure in the middle.
Somewhere on the internet, there's a video of you picking up that fake $100 bills and failing that morality test.
So if you see me on the internet, mind your business. It was my birthday, and I was really excited.
That's
I cannot
crazy.
believe it.
There's been a couple times where people have tried to hand us fake money at Chick-fil-A, and it like backs up the whole line, because we have to look at it, and like we make sure every manager looks at it just to make sure like we're not missing anything. And there was this one time where it took us like 10 minutes to try to figure out this dollar, or I think it was a $100 bill, if it was real or not. And it turns out it wasn't real. So none of the managers wanted to confront the guy.
Oh my god.
yeah. So I was like, it's fucking fake money. What are you gonna do? So I'm like, I'll do it. So I went over to the guy. I'm like, hey man, like unfortunately we can't accept this because it turns out the bill's fake. And he looks at me. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, like unfortunately like the bill is fake. Like you can't use it. And he's like, my grandpa gave me that $100 bill. What do you mean?
Oh, they always have a sob story like about like their freaking money.
Yeah, and I don't know what I said. I'm like, well, your grandpa gave you a fake $100 bill.
You gotta check with your grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm
like, sorry, man, I can't do anything about it. Talk to your grandpa about it.
Oh my gosh.
He just left.
That's literally the freaking worst. I don't know. $100 bills, they're super tricky. Like, also, like, you know how some people like mark it with like a brown marker? I used to work at Chick-fil-A and like used to mark them. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for and why I'm marking this.
I'm not gonna lie, I still don't know what that does. But I'm pretty sure if like it has a mark on it, they're testing to see if like the ink of the marker like leaks through it. And if it like leaks through it, that means it's fake. I think that's just my conspiracy, because I don't know if it works.
This is why I can't work at a bank or at like somewhere where I like handle money. I can't do it. Also, I can't count money. Like, what? You know how?
1, 2, 3,
no,
4.
listen. Like, I can't be like 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we really? Like, I cannot do it. Like, I literally, if I go to the bank and they cheat me out of money, like, I got cheated out of money. I get so stunned when they like count out the money on the fucking thing.
You know what's funny? Before I got hired into Chick-fil-A as working up front, I was so nervous because I thought I had to like count change at the top of my head and do the math. And when I realized that the system did it by itself, I was so relieved.
Yeah. Oh, also I got rated up at Chick-fil-A because my drawer was short like
serious?
a few times.
Were you
like
stealing money?
I was not stealing money. I just can't count.
So you really can't count.
I cannot count. So don't trust me. Also,
we were handing out 20s when they had it when they needed a 10.
Yeah, dude, at the grocery store, like I get so like hot, like I don't really blush. Like if I get embarrassed, like it happens to me all the time that I'm just like cool, whatever. Like I get a little hot, but like I will full on blush and get red when I have to count money. Like
I feel that. Want to know what I do? I count it before. I know what I'm gonna get. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be about like $60. I gotta count 80. Like 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, $80 in this specific pocket. The rest in my wallet.
No, I went to Costco and it was like way more than I thought. And I thought I it's so busy. Like everybody, there's just so many people, and I'm like, and Pablo was there, and I was like, here, count the money.
You're like, shit. There goes my plan.
This is why cards are where it's at.
Yeah.
I can't carry cash.
Who uses cash nowadays, though? I never carry cash on me, except for the $2 lucky bill that I have.
Oh, yeah, I spent that bitch a long time ago.
You spent it?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to spend $2.
I got things to pay for.
That's why that $100 bill is fake.
Yeah. Okay, you got another story? Because I have another one.
No, you can keep going. These are fun.
Okay, listen. So, if you know me, you know that I like my guts on the ground. I do not like
what?
my guts on the ground. I do not like being even on a ladder. Like, it really freaks me out. Like, I hate heights with a burning passion. So, I'm like your certified purse holder. I will go to amusement parks with you, and I will hold your purse and all your belongings, and I will watch and clap as you have fun. I'm like, yay, like, good for you. Like, you're like screaming, and I'm like, great. So, I don't know why, but like when I was in North Carolina, we had some friends called the Jacksons. And then they're like, hey, let's go to Virginia. I don't know which Virginia I was at, but I was in Virginia. And then they're like, let's go to amusement park. And I was like, not my thing, but like, fine. So we go to the amusement park, and both Jacksons, they loved roller coasters. They love like adrenaline rushes. And Pablo can hang. Like, he's like, I'm down for him too. So the three of them were like literally having fun, going through all the rides, and I was holding purses, which is fine. But then they were on the one ride, like it goes up super, super high, and it just like drops you really low. And I was
it's like a big circle.
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? Like, I've seen them have fun all day. I'm like, at Indiana Beach, they have like a small kiddie roller coaster, which I can hang because it doesn't get off the ground very much, and it mostly just tossles you around. Like, I like being tousled. I like being shaken, not stirred. So I literally go and I just start looking around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's this roller coaster that I see that looks like it's like the one from Indiana Beach, just slightly bigger. I'm like, I can see most of it, and it's on the ground. I'm like, looks like it's going to be really, really fast. And I'm like, I can hang. Get off the ride. And I was like, hey, I just checked out this roller coaster like right next to here, and it looks like it's pretty tame. Like, I'll get on it. Like, it's gonna be fine. So there's like so many people on this. There's just so many red flags this whole time, and I just can't believe that I missed all the red flags. So there was like a huge ass line. We were waiting for like 2 hours to get on this roller coaster, and I was like, why are there so many people on this ride?
On this small ass roller coaster.
Yeah, for this small ass roller coaster. Like, whatever. We were just hanging out, and then we go, right? It's our turn to get on the roller coaster, and I put my booty in the seat, and just the way the strap feels too heavy duty.
You knew what you were
compared to the other the kiddie roller coaster that I was on, and I was like, fuck.
You're like, oh,
I
shit.
made a mistake. So then we start taking off, and then it was all fine until and there was this part of the roller coaster I couldn't see. And now I realized it was because it was in a tunnel and it was dark. So this roller coaster was crazy, and you were in the dark, so you couldn't see shit. So I was literally like, we were in this tunnel, all of a sudden we were high up in the freaking air. We were in the air, and I literally start like screaming, like, and I started passing in and out. I'm like rebooting on the roller coaster.
Those are so funny.
Because I'm like so shook. literally Pablo's like holding my head because I don't know how to control my head on a roller coaster.
So you didn't go like that?
Yeah, I was literally like passing out and had my like head like all dangly, and then Pablo's just like holding my head and like screaming. And then all of a sudden we're in this fucking tunnel, and then I'm bawling. I'm full on bawling, and I'm like, get me off this fucking ride! And it's dark, and then we just like stand still, and I'm like, get me off this ride! And then they were like, and then all of a sudden like the floor comes out from under us, and we fall. Oh. And I literally passed out. I was like,
I would love to see a video if there was one of that. That would have been hilarious.
Dude, I was not okay, and literally like I got off the ride. I was literally like bawling like so hard.
See, but did you have the after experience? Were you like, I'm never getting on, or were you like, you know what, that was kind of cool?
No, I even if it looks like a kiddie roller coaster, I have trust issues. I will never be on a roller coaster ever again. And the Jacksons were behind us like the whole time, and they were like literally everybody was laughing because I was literally having a fucking meltdown, and all of them they were like, oh my god, that was like the worst roller coaster like we have gotten on. Like that was the scariest one.
You literally got on the worst one.
I got on the worst roller coaster, and dude, I was not okay. I was so scarred. And then to top it all off, like in that moment where like the floor comes under you and you like fall, like they took a picture of everybody on that ride.
Shit.
So literally
you're probably like
I'm like I literally have like the worst like scared face like on me. And Pablo saw it, and he had to buy the picture. Nice. So we have the picture of me.
Oh, you have to show it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Maybe you can like post it on like Facebook, because I literally that was like the worst fucking ride. I hate roller coasters, and I will never be on one ever again.
That's so funny. I love roller coasters personally, and if we ever go to an amusement park together, just know I'm never gonna tell you if the ride is like I'm gonna tell you that the ride is good, just so you can get on it.
Oh,
if
hell
it's a terrible ride, yeah, you're going on it.
Well, I really thought I was gonna never step foot on a roller coaster in my whole life. Like once I learned that I was scared of heights, I was like, I'm never gonna get on a roller coaster, right? But then I think I started dating Pablo, and then like your whole family, we went to like Indiana Beach, and you guys like were peer pressuring me, and at some point like both of you carried me on. Like literally like two bodyguards, remember?
I think I remember that.
And you guys put me on a roller coaster, and like your mom was like, no le gusta, like get her off. And then you guys literally, why did that guy literally let it happen? I was literally bawling before we even got there.
That guy was probably laughing, just like standing there, or he didn't like care enough, or wasn't getting paid enough to care.
Yeah, so I literally like he was like giggling as I was getting on the ride, already bawling. And also, like, Pablo had to hold my head because I just don't know how to, like, make myself, like, stiff.
I can just imagine the POV of the people behind you. Your head's just flinging around everywhere.
Yeah.
Imagine just sitting there, the person in front of you just, like, fucking.
Also, like, I don't think I've ever opened my eyes on a roller coaster. Like, as soon as we're getting off, like, on, I, like, close my eyes. And, like, I can feel like we're upside down and, like, side to side. And I just, like, close my eyes. Because if I open my eyeballs, I don't think I'll make it. I won't make it. I will freaking die.
That's funny because I'm like the complete opposite. If it's like, I would love to have like a roller coaster there's roller coasters that like start off at 0 and they're specifically known to like go from 0 to 100 in
hell no.
1 second. And I'm like, I want to get on that. And like, I want to have my eyes pierced open and everything. It's the adrenaline rush is nice.
I hate adrenaline. I love it. Hate how it feels in my body.
But there was one time where we went to Kings Island over the summer, and we rode all of the roller coasters, like literally all of them, probably even twice. We got back to our hotel that night, and I was seeing stars. I'm like, I can't stand up straight. Like, my head was so banged up. I'm like, babe, I literally can't see right now.
You have whiplash from a roller coaster?
Yeah. So I had to lay down in bed, and we just ended up going to bed, and I woke up, like, hungover. I'm like, holy shit, that was a lot.
Your poor brain was like...
Yeah, I probably had, like, scatterbrain after that.
Oh, no. I literally... You know, like, the hill in Lafayette that, like the only hill in Lafayette?
The one with the... Right next to it is, like, the sledding place?
Yeah, I hold my stomach. I'm like, oh, my guts. Like, every time we go. I hate that feeling. Like, your guts just, like bounce.
I used to hate it as a kid, too, because going over that hill, I always got that. And I'm like, ugh. But then, like, at some point, it switched to going... To me hating it, to me like it like tickling me, and then I liked it.
Ooh, I don't know if you heard this conspiracy theory, but I was on one of the social medias, and they were saying how like before like their moms or before they knew that they were pregnant, they were on a roller coaster, and they had twins. So somebody wants to try it out who's trying to
no.
get pregnant, and like I don't know, maybe the velocity of the thing. I feel like it's like one of those things that like maybe someone should do a study to make sure like it's true or not true. But like yeah, there's like no twins in the family, not like literally, and they all of a sudden they get on a roller coaster and they have twins.
Wait. Like it was already like.
They think that it was like a singular egg, but because it was just the right enough timing and they were in the air like being jostled around.
That's
like,
gotta be cap. That's gotta be cap.
I don't know. I was reading the comments and it looked like all these stories were like matching up.
So like the roller coaster just fucking split the
Like,
egg. What the hell?
May there be two.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
I guess there's gotta be studies on it, but I think that's cap.
Someone should study it.
Yeah.
Because it like, have like a freaking. I don't even know how you would do like a freaking like
a study on that.
A study or like a experiment, because to time like everybody at the like precise moment where like it could happen to where they could split, you know, to have twins.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to like take women that don't have any like sort of twin or like twin genetics in the family, put them on roller coasters, and take women that don't have same woman but don't put them on roller coasters and just test them for like.
All right, anybody out there who wants to have twins, try it out.
Yeah, try it out.
Try to be conceiving and then get on a roller coaster and.
Or don't, because I don't know if that fucks up your baby.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
They're just so padded in there. They're fine.
Okay. Do you have any more embarrassing stories?
Dude, I can go on and on. My whole life is an
Oh shit! So what'd you do yesterday? No.
Dude, okay. What can I tell you? Literally, okay.
Well, so since we're on the topic of the internet, do you want to get into like what's on your side of the internet?
Okay, fine. Let's get on my side of the internet. Dude, I'm sure you don't care. And I really don't care either, but I just can't avoid it. Before I know it, I'm like 5 videos deep. Did you know that... Do you know who the most followed person on the internet is?
I think it's like Selena Gomez, right?
Yes. Did you see that controversy and all like the tea behind that?
I'm in that deep too.
I'm like, I don't really care, but like what's up? But dude, you know why like the Hailey Bieber, like like all that situation?
No, but apparently I like from the videos that I've seen, apparently Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's marriage was fixed or something like that, or like it was arranganged.
It's like a what's it called? A conspiracy theory that like. Because they're like super Christian, like, and maybe like they're on the side of Christianity, which is kind of weird, like not your typical like go to church, seek Jesus. It's like one of those things where like they believe like kind of culty, kind of Christianity. Yeah. But yeah, like supposedly, freaking Hailey was tried like. I think her parents tried to arrange a marriage not marriage, but like to be around like all the popular like Cody Simpson. You know how he was like really like cool back in the day, and like Austin Mahoney or Mahone. Remember he was like they thought he was gonna get big as Justin Bieber, but he never did. But like. Anyways, but that's not really the tea. I just feel bad. Like she literally can't do anything right. Because the internet will just turn on her. Like there was like this big, this like famous picture that came out like last year that everybody thought was gonna squash the beef, where it was like a picture of Selena and Hailey like hugging, and just like all of a sudden I don't know, and also like the Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner got involved too, like shading, and now they're going around as mean girls and stuff like that.
And it's like high school all over again, if I'm being honest. Literally. But I saw that. Either Kylie or Kendall, I don't know them apart, but one of them lost like millions of followers.
I think it was Kylie.
Okay, and Selena gained like 200 million followers in like a span of a week or something.
Yeah, she has like the record of like the most like picture and like most follows in a day or something like that.
That's
because
crazy.
Of the whole drama. But it's because it was weird because Selena posted a picture of her eyebrows being overly laminated. You know what that is?
No.
It's like this, like, think of like a little perm that you put on your eyebrows, so like this sticks like straight up.
Okay.
Because that's like the new style, like a feathery brow. Mm-hmm. And what's it called? And she posted a picture saying like, "Oops, I over laminated my eyebrows." And then Kylie posted a picture on her story. And she's like, "It was an accident?" ? And it was like the text was on her eyebrows, and like. That's kind of weird, right? Like, why would you post that story if it's not correlated to Selena's? Like, isn't that weird to just post?
Wait, so did she post Selena's story?
No, Selena posted like a TikTok saying like, "Ha ha ha!" Like I over laminated my eyebrows, And then literally a few hours later, Kylie posted a story like with like no context that was just like it was an accident question mark
That
over
is
her
definitely
eyebrows.
related to Selena.
Yeah, right. That's so weird. Like, why would you like? There's no context. Like, why would you post a story
That's just like direct indirect beef that she's throwing at
right?
her.
And then also, like Haley, Kendall, and then somebody else is not as famous.
I don't know your name.
Posted like a TikTok, and it was the sound of like, I'm not saying she deserved it, but like God's timing is always right. And then they're like, everybody, that's what started the speculation that Haley was shading Selena.
Uh-huh.
And it was just also they were like, oh, like don't take it out of context. She deleted it. Like, don't take it out of context. It was just a silly TikTok sound that we found that we like made TikTok to. But everybody's like, that TikTok sound hasn't been popular in like literally months. So like, why are you pulling it out of the archives?
Yeah.
Right. And then that happened, and then something else happened. I can't remember. But because of that, all these things together, people are like forming like alliances. Like they're like, oh, I saw this TikTok of this guy. He it was funny because it was like the only TikTok he had posted on his account. He's like, I don't know, like Selena's natural beauty, blah blah blah, and then all you bitches, like he was like literally going on and on and on, and I'm just like, damn, it's pulling out people from the freaking woodworks. Like if you don't have like a TikTok or social media, and they're over here like saying their opinion.
They're like, I started TikTok just for this beef.
Yeah, I don't know, crazy. That's on my side of the internet. Also, on the completely different spectrum, I'm like also see. Did you see the news about like the freaking the train that derailed in Ohio?
Oh yeah, Pablo and I
so
talked about
freaky.
it last episode. We'll kind of glance over it because we kind of went into depth with it last episode, but what my opinion was on it, like the train. How much of it do you know?
Well, it derailed and it had like
chemicals in it.
Something chloride to
Yeah.
where when it exploded, it got into all the water. It's like all over the Mississippi River, and it runs below Indiana and like to the east.
And I was seeing that
freaky.
like the rain is contaminated. I've seen videos on TikTok. I don't know if they're real or not, but if they are, it's crazy. But like the rain, as it's falling down, it's like foaming. It's foaming.
It's
like,
acid
on the
rain.
floor.
Well,
Yeah.
there was already an issue of I learned in school. There's already an issue in the U.S. of like acid rain, and it's really fucking up like ecosystems and like the water and stuff like that. And also on the same vein, like I don't know if the whole like no egg situation and why they're so expensive is because so many of the chickens died in the U.S. because some disease came around and like wiped out
I heard about
a
that.
lot of them.
Yeah.
That's why eggs are so expensive. And also a lot of people buy feed to feed their chickens, and like they haven't been producing like a single egg, which is. It's normal for the quantity of eggs in the winter to go down, but they still produce like a few eggs here and there. And on TikTok, there's people who are saying that like something is really sus about the feed, and that they've been switching their feed to like goat feed or like some other animals' feed, and their chickens started producing eggs. So there's like a huge conspiracy theory that like the U.S. is trying to do something like.
There's a lot because with the Ohio train derailing, I was seeing a bunch of like UFO stuff. Like they're like using the derailing as a cover up and showing all of that in the news. When on the other side, on my TikTok too, I was seeing both sides. There's been like a bunch of UFO sightings, a bunch of like balloons being shot down here. That was a China spy balloon, but apparently China shot one down too, so it's not China's. But it's proven that like the balloon itself is like a surveillance thing, so like something is like looking and spying. And there's been legit UFOs shot down. They just haven't released a statement about like what they found from the UFO.
Yeah, they're I watch Yes Theory. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah, I know Yes.
Yeah, they're super popular on YouTube, and I saw a particular episode where they were breaking down like a documentary or something like that they saw on Netflix about these people in like Mississippi or something like that, or maybe it was Minnesota, one of the M states, where like actual people, there's like a official record of people in one night that they weren't like even close together. They were like spanned out that all saw a UFO that night.
Damn.
On the same night. There's like an official document and stuff.
And my tia uploaded a video on Facebook. I think she was in Cali or in Mexico or something.
Mm-hmm.
She saw a fucking UFO.
No way.
In her video, I think it's Becca's madrina, Karina's mom.
Yeah.
She
Luisa?
Mi tia Luisa. She posted a video on Facebook of like a literal UFO that she saw at night, like in the sky and everything. Like the lights were moving awkwardly, and I'm just like, what the hell?
I know they're out there. And I saw this, there's also a big side of TikTok where there's like so many people preparing for like, something to go down.
The end of the day or the end of the world.
Yeah, like they're like reminder, like make sure you have like your water purifiers, like and all like like your, and I don't know. Would you like to survive through it or would you like to die?
Okay, if I'm being honest, I would like to survive through it. I would like to live through it. But I'm
Take me out.
See, but that's the thing. Personally, if you want to be taken out, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I would rather have you be taken out than watch you suffer through all the shit.
Exactly.
But I personally want to, like, see it all.
No, I cannot. Like, I do not, like the Hunger Games, and have you watched all the Hunger Games before?
Yeah.
Like, if we have to, at some point, like, living in bunkers, like, please take me out. I can't do it. I'm not made for that. I don't want to be survival of the fittest. I don't need my whatever to continue on, like my legacy. Like, take me out.
Well, it's not really that I care about like the legacy. I just want to see how far I can make it. Because like growing up, I would always play all these fucking games of like zombies and stuff. So I'm just like, I'm not saying I'm prepared or anything, but I want to see how it would be in real life.
Also, I get like super like freaked out at night that now that I have a kid, I'm like, what the fuck did I bring my kid into? Like, why did I do that? Like, because Pablo and I always debate on having kids. Like, we could have gone either way of just like being childless or having like a really small family. By like really small, I mean like maybe just Vale. But like, I cannot believe that like the world that we're bringing her into. Cause like who the fuck knows if they're gonna even have like clean water. Yeah. There's like parts in the U.S. that don't have clean water.
Yeah, well, there's parts where literally you can't drink the water. You have to buy bottled waters, right?
Yeah, or purified water because like the water like doesn't, and that's like a problem that you think about like other countries having, but like no, here in the U.S. there's people who literally like they turn on their bathtub and it's like literally brown.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I feel so bad.
Me too. But like, what are we supposed to do about it?
Also in Monterrey, my family is from, they also don't have running water.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, they're having a struggle for water. Like apparently like the poor side of the city, like the government just turned off the water.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they have no running water, and then like the rich side of the Monterrey has like water. And
see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like every country is corrupt, but I know I feel like, and I know the U.S. allegedly is corrupt. Don't come at me, please. But like, I feel like other countries show it a lot more, and they don't really care.
Here it's more hush hush.
Yeah, like the U.S. is more hush hush, and the other countries are more like, oh, like it is what it is. Like you do that. I feel like I'm glad that I'm here in the U.S. and not living like in Mexico. Unfortunately, I have family in Mexico, but like cause a lot of like friends or like Mexican friends that we have were like, oh, like Mexico's a dream to move back to. Like, no, I ain't going back there. Like, it's quite like our parents moved here for a reason because they knew how bad it was in Mexico.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate that the rest of their family can't make it over here.
But also it's a false misconception that like, let's for example Africa, like when you think of Africa you think of like the jungle and you think about people having to live in huts, but there's also big cities where like literally that's not an issue, but like when you think of Africa you don't really think about those big cities and like the wealth,
and that's
and
because
like
the media doesn't show us all that. Like,
right.
we would only be able to see it if we physically went to Africa. But the media only shows us all the bad shit that's over there.
Especially with Mexico, too. That's the same thing. Like, you see and you hear, because our parents were part of all the, like, the bad parts of Mexico. But there's, like, DF. Like, there's, like, a lot of Americans moving to, like, DF and just, like, living there because, like, the U.S. dollar goes, like, way further over there. Yeah. Like, you can live a pretty comfortable life, like, with, like, U.S. dollar over there. And it's like lit. They're having so much fun.
Well, damn. I'm making sure this still works. Okay. Because my headphones stopped working for some reason.
Oh.
And that's why I was freaking out earlier. I was like, oh, what's going on? I got PTSD. I'm like, no, please, no.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's so... Also, the U.S. is so young. that like there's bound to have something happen. Like you think of all the other countries that had like so much historical events happen and like shaped the way they are, and the US is literally so young. So like the fact that something might happen is very likely.
Yeah.
I scared. Take me out, please.
Usually, there's a balcony right there. I'm just kidding. Just fucking dive into it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming onto the podcast.
Sure.
Loki, this was pretty fun, just us two.
Yeah. Pobsy. Hi, Gabs. Hi, Violet.
Hey, baby. Hi, Violet. Hi.
I'm coming. I'm gonna what's it called? Either I'm coming for his spot, or I'm opening my new podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Loki, you could probably run your own podcast and just talk by yourself or have guests on. That'd be
Dude,
pretty dope.
I'll freaking be psycho. Just be like, just bouncing off myself.
Yeah.
No.
Well, but I feel like that's the kind of personality you need to have your own podcast, like a solo podcast. Because when Jay was on, he was telling us that he had a podcast too, but like it was just him. Like he doesn't have a co-host. Like having a co-host makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have a guest to come on, you can just talk to your co-host.
Right.
But like if you're doing it on your own and you don't have a guest, you're stuck here talking to the camera like by yourself, and it's just kind of awkward in a way, unless you have like a set plan, set topics of what you really want to talk about instead of just like shooting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like shooting shit.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, if you guys liked the episode, make sure you go down, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to also hit that like button, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Peace.